Okay, this is Brock Lively, and this is the third in the series of how to use ProPresenter. Today we're going to be creating a playlist from scratch. This typically happens when we have a funeral. Funeral services usually aren't put through the planning center. We're given basically a rough order of service like this, and we've got to work through and add the music and everything. What I've decided to do, because funerals are morbid, is we're going to plan my funeral. We have a funeral tab here that we've always used. It's just kind of a blank, and I have a funeral ProPresenter uh, slide set. There's two ways to edit this set. The quickest way is using Quick Edit. And what that does is that lets you edit the text without changing anything, font or size or anything. So to just go in and change the name, um, you can just highlight what you need to highlight, change that over February 3rd, 1976, and what's today's date? 31st. Um, July 31st, 2018. Alright, that's an easy way, and as you can see, that changes the slide. The other thing, if you want to add any kind of a picture or change the font, you have to go into Edit Slide, which opens the slide editor. We're going to add a picture, and up here, this will let you add text. So we don't need to add any more text to it. So we'll get rid of that. This lets you add a shape. Um, this is the image. This is video, and this is live video. We won't be using that. We're just going to add a picture, and I try to put everything into one folder, make it easy to find when I have a funeral. One thing you have to be careful of is if I was to put this picture in, it would put it in there sideways, and there's no way to adjust that the right direction. So always make sure that your pictures are um, the right direction. Before you even get into ProPresenter and try to import it. And then you can adjust the size, just size adjustment, and put that in there like so. And then as for backgrounds, I don't have a background on here. You can use a background, you don't have to use a background. It kind of is, you know the person. A lot of times if it's a farmer, we will use this nice golden field, and you can see over here in the viewer what that would look like once we get out of, there we go. We use this background a lot for the farmers in the church. Just you kind of know the person, so you can kind of pick a background that kind of fits them, or other family may say, oh, we want something a little like this. You can just go online and find it. This is me, so I'm kind of weird, so let's go with the spacey fractal flow. Alright, so according to this, when the family walks in, we're going to play Wayward Son. Typically we don't play that stuff, but we're going to pretend like David owes me one. And over here in the audio bin, we have our pre-funeral. And what you can do is you can simply, same way as with over here, you can just add stuff. And I've got everything for this funeral in the current church media under the funeral test. Here's to Carry On My Wayward Son. It's a little bluegrass instrumental version. So that'll be there. Alright. So then we're going to have a welcome. And then we're going to do God of Earth and Outer Space. So we can look in here and see if it's in our library, and it is. So we can just drag that into our playlist. Then we'll go do the obituary, so we can go back to this slide, and then we will go back to His Eyes on the Sparrow. Now here's where it's going to get tricky. His eye is on the... We're not showing that we have His Eyes on the Sparrow in our library. So what do? We can click on Song Select, and using our CCLI permissions, we're able to get lyrics off of the internet, off of the Song Select website. So we can type in His Eye is on the Sparrow and do a search, and you can see it searching now. There are like 5 million deviations of every song. Typically the first one that comes up is the one that you want. You might double check, and the best way to do that is try to find somebody who has their lyric sheet and check the authors. So this is the one we want, so we're going to click on it, highlight it, and we'll click import. We'll do paragraph break, which breaks it into the paragraphs. This is our screen size. We're going to use our default, and we can set our template. I always use bold text because that's the setting that makes the text a little bit brighter, and it's going to put it in the library, and it will go ahead and put it into the playlist that we're creating. So when I click import all, I lied to you. It's not going to do that. So here it is. It's in the library, and we'll drag it over here. And so now we've got Loving Memory of Brock Lively. Alright, so then we're going to have a message, and then we'll have a video. And this is where it gets cool. We can open up our file folder, and we can get our video, and all we have to do is drag it over here into our playlist, and it's added it. Now down here at the bottom, here's the video with a big play button, and all we got to do is press play, and it will start playing that video. I believe. Of course, being a funeral, it's going to be funky, and we can't hear sound. I do believe that sound starts playing before the video does. So anyway, we would have our In Loving Memory. The family would come in. We would click on the song. We would be playing the song while the family comes in. Once they're done, we can close the song, do the welcome. Now we're going to do the verses. We didn't put a background on anything. We could have simply drug a background up here to get the fractal background and drop it in. So the family comes in, play the music, Carry On My Wayward Son, there'll be peace when we're done. Alright, David welcomes, we turn off the music, welcome to everyone, let's pray, and we sing. We can go through that. And then once that song's over, then someone will come up and tell the obituary. And we can scroll back down, and we can go to His Eyes on the Sparrow. And when that's done, we can just scroll back up and go back to there. And then once it's time to play the video, we can click on the video, and it will automatically start the video. So that is how to simply put together a funeral service, or to create a service from scratch.